All right. I've been told to watch this a solid two times. I saw it once in my YouTube comments, and the second one in my Instagram DMs, right here if you follow my Instagram. And I was like, huh, the big three versus Gojo is interesting. JJK, was creeping up to be one of my favorite animes of all time because the enjoyment level is just, it's really there. And there's the big three. I didn't finish Bleach, so I can't really say that. I'm not even caught up on One Piece, but I like the big three. They're really good. But I'm curious because how are they gonna bypass Gojo's Limitless? If you guys don't know, Limitless makes it to where Gojo can't get hit. Every time you try to punch somebody, and it keeps dividing. But like, it will never reach the point where Gojo gets hit. And nobody in the big three, like including, well, I'll say that. I mean, like Naruto, Luffy, and Ichigo. I don't think they can even hit Gojo. Especially like at their peaks, because peak would be like Baryon mode. Then I think one is like, I forgot what it's called, the the Black Ichigo and the Gear 5 Luffy. I don't think they can even touch him. But anyways, let's see what he has to say. I'm rooting for Gojo. I'm not biased. Let's check it out.
Gojo Satoru versus the big three.
Yo, I'm
Oh, brother. This is honestly going to be one of the more fun popular
topics
I do, as it'll give me time to explain why Gojo is not as strong as people think, along with going over how strong Jujutsu Kaisen is in general.
Right.
Since not only do we have the Gojo Glazers, but we have people who think that Jujutsu Kaisen unironically caps at Mach 3. If y'all want versus battles related with Gojo, or just any characters you'd like to see scrap in the next one, let me know down below. Let's not waste any more time, ladies.
I'm gonna let him know in the comment section down below, alright? Whenever I type it, I want you guys to comment and vouch for me, alright? But I do think Gojo, he has one-shot moves, but the problem is landing them, right? Because JJK is like a hacks-based series. Like, they're not physically that strong, they're not physically that fast. Well, they are for their verse, but compared to like most other shonens, they're not. But if they learn like their hacks abilities, they can kill these much stronger characters. But it just depends. Like, can he get off a domain expansion? Can he get off a purple? That's just the two win cons he has. But yeah, let's continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, and just get into why this man Gojo sucks. I'm just kidding. Kinda. Now, Gojo Satoru is regarded as the strongest modern sorcerer who's known for his infinity ability. Whoa, I learned. What is...
I hate to pause again, but he is the strongest sorcerer of all time. He's even stronger than Sukuna. Sukuna only won because he needed a Paparaga. That's the only reason why.
What's infinity? Well, viewer, I'm glad you asked. Infinity is essentially Gojo creating a space between him and his opponent where the closer they get to him, the further the distance will be. And he has this on passively. Originally, he didn't, but then he trained to have it on passively. And this is why people find Gojo to be so OP, regarded as one of the strongest anime characters ever, because you can't even hit, bro. However, he can't hit people while having this on, as the closer they get, the more distance it creates. So he's gonna have to turn it off if he wants to do any significant damage to the big three. Along with this, he has abilities like red and blue, which destroy and pull anything towards its way, along with hollow purple, which is a combination of red and blue, which destroys anything in its path on a molecular level. But that's not even his best ability, which is the infinite void domain expansion. You see, if Gojo gets his domain off, he's gonna essentially have a guaranteed hit with his infinite void, and this allows Gojo to overload information into his opponents and incapacitate them completely. Which none of the big three, if I'm being honest, have an answer to if Gojo can somehow get this off. As for how strong Gojo himself is, well, he is just straight up stated to be the strongest modern sorcerer, more than likely upscaling from characters like Yuki and Akari. If you think Gojo doesn't scale to Yuki and Akari, well, go talk to the author, not me. Anyways, he should upscale from characters like Yuki, who was able to create a perfect sphere black hole, which required energies that could destroy even planets. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but to be honest, this is the only kind of good feat in JJK. Everything else is basically just saying, well, Dagon can create an island, and Jogo can create a mountain with their domain expansion.
People use
Which, I mean, for Gojo, it doesn't really matter, but domains themselves are somewhat of a hacks ability,
they're
more so than just straight up AP. But, I'm gonna get those nerds in the comments. Well, domains are actually created from the user's cursed energy, and obviously the cursed energy should scale to the user. Yeah, I get it. Point is, this is the best feat in JJK, so you know what? I'm just gonna give Gojo the benefit of the doubt here. And like I said earlier, he should upscale from Hikari, who's able to avoid a point-blank lightning blast to the face by sacrificing his arm. And calculations have this feat at over Mach 4000 or in the massively hypersonic plus range. And the planet calc might be pretty shaky, but honestly, this tier of power might not even be inconsistent for at least Gojo and Sukuna, since it's said that Sukuna can destroy the world. For this video, again, I'm going to be giving Gojo the benefit of the doubt here, as it doesn't really matter. Now, when talking about the big three and their scaling, I feel like it's very cut and dry, especially when regarding their endgame level powers. In both One Piece and Naruto, we have characters who Luffy and Naruto would both go on to surpass, who are capable of destroying planets to maybe even reaching those star level tiers of power. Specifically, Old Whitebeard and
Kage just she just solar flared me. Oh my goodness, this made my head hurt.
One Piece, who'd be at least relative to Gear 5, as he can fight Kaido, another Yonko, and it's said that when the Yonkos fight, it's not going to be an easy battle regardless of the outcome, and the One Piece world, at best in my opinion, is the size of a small star, which if we take at face value, he would be in that tier. So I'd say Luffy is more than likely in that large planet to maybe even star level tier of power. And in Naruto's case, we have half of the Nine Tails supposedly having enough power to destroy the world, and obviously not only could Naruto harness the full half of the...
I say that. Well, I said that before in the past, and all the One Piece fans disagree with me so fast. I was just like, dude, like, I don't know.
Nine Tails, but
Hey Simmers, stop what you're doing. Playing with mods just got easier, thanks to the
even another half after the war, and he also has 6 paths Sage mode, which on its own is just tiers above the Nine Tails in power. And obviously we have Baron mode, which is even stronger than that. Naruto, while barely having any chakra, body slams Momoshiki, who's able to absorb the stars and celestial bodies within Kaguya's dimension. As for the last member of the
I brought it up as well, bro. And then a lot of One Piece fans will say like, well, actually, that's a mistranslation. Well, actually, you're taking it out of context. It's just hyperboles. There is no winning against them. At this point, I just gotta agree with them just for argument's sake. So I can't be bothered, to be honest.
We haven't discussed about that being Ichigo. I mainly use a calc from the Bleach movie that Ichigo would power cliff hundreds of times over, but I don't really think that's necessary here. Instead, I'll just say, like Naruto and Luffy, he's around that Planet 2 star level tier, through upscaling from beings like Yamamoto, who can destroy the entire Soul Society within a very short amount of time. This same Soul Society containing dozens of stars, and Ichigo would go on to cliff him and the verse aside from Yuha pretty badly. So all three members have scaling that can put them in that star level tier of power, but what about their speed? Well, funny enough, I do believe all three fighters are in a similar tier of speed as well. I won't get into specifics because that's not the point of this battle, but
well, I do gotta say, for those One Piece fans, Luffy is not 100+ times faster than like whatever nonsense you come up with. That, yo, like, lay out the heroine. I mean the heroine. I was watching too much Flight. Goodness gracious, my brain. I got out of school as well. Just got out of school, so my brain's cooked.
Just know all three at the very least should be combating and reaching at speeds faster than the speed of light. And no, not traveling at the speed of light like half of you motherfuckers get confused. I mean combat and react at the speed of light. Luffy, Naruto, and Ichigo have all evaded light speed attacks before their big transformations, or even when the power cliffing began in their respective series. Because funnily enough, all three verses have crazy power cliffs around the later parts of the series.
I wonder why anime
transformations and multipliers of said transformation.
Like every anime, they go off the rails like near like the end game. I wonder why. Like, that's so odd. I don't know why they do that.
They should all be faster than light. As for their abilities, Luffy's main notable ones are Gear 5's Toon Force power, his advanced Haki that allows him to negate durability, hit through defenses without even touching his opponent, and see into the future. Blunt attacks for the most part don't work on him due to his body being made of rubber, and Luffy himself in Gear 5 can grab intangible things like lightning, and if opponents are far weaker than Luffy, then he could just flex his Conqueror's aura and knock him out. As for Naruto, well, his main abilities pretty much consist of him jumping his opponent with Shadow Clone, Spam Rasengan, and Rasen Shuriken, which ignore durability, and that's about it. But after the war, he has shown the ability to use things like Magnet and Lava Release, which would allow him to incapacitate his opponents, along with having things like Precog with Sage Mode, can resist Mind Hacks, Regeneration, and other Chicken Nugget things like having all 5 basic chakra natures. He does have a lot of other crazy abilities, but these are the main ones to know. And Ichigo, well, he has Getsuga Tensho and can affect your soul.
I can never say that right, bro. Like, Getsuga Tensho? I think I just said it right. Getsuga Tensho? Yo, the moves name in Bleach, I think the reason why it makes Bleach like the very bottom of the big three. Cause who just says Gusha get Tencho or whatever? Like, bruh, come on. The only thing that have going for them, like name wise, is Bankai. That's just about it, to be honest.
Atomic level and has Getsuga Tensho and can affect your soul on an atomic level. Seriously though, that's all about you really need to say for Ichigo. Oh, and all three can fly like Gojo, which is kind of cool, I guess. Now, as for how the fight would go, regardless of Gojo's opponent, it really doesn't matter. Not only does Gojo get completely outclassed here in stats by all three of the members of the big three, but all three also have a way to beat Gojo. And like Gojo, they don't even have to touch him. You see, if Gojo were to try and attack Luffy and Ichigo, if they were to just flex their spirit aura, they'd pretty much just crumple Gojo on the spot. Luffy would do it with Conquerors, while Ichigo would just do it with spiritual pressure. Meanwhile, Naruto could harm Gojo by using Frog Kata, as it allows Naruto to freely manipulate nature energy, which is just energy all around Naruto. So it would be just him throwing a punch like how he did in the Pain Saga, only now it would just one-shot Gojo. He's not fast enough to get his domain off.
Okay, but will it bypass Infinity though? I feel like he should go more to death with Infinity. I know I watched a video from Seth the Programmer once, and he's talking about how he went to death about the Infinity thing, in which I don't. Cause with the 6 eyes, he can detect his cause he would be equalized, obviously. So they can detect the energy, and like he'll always like keep it to where it's not gonna hit him. So I don't think the frog punch will work. I don't think Conquerors will work, and same with spiritual pressure. To be honest, but I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying, don't come on my neck and try to murder me, all right? I'm just letting that be known.
And even if he somehow gets off Hollow Purple, Naruto and Ichigo can just smack that away. While Luffy would just weave this with his Future Sight and hit Gojo with an Advanced Conqueror's Punch. Gojo unironically loses to 2 out of the 3 members by shitting himself, while the other one just uppercuts the air and one-shots him. I'm sorry for the Jujutsu Kaisen fans who came to this video thinking that Gojo was just gonna be universal, have inaccessible speed, and just body slam all 3 of them.
Speed?
Unfortunately, that is not how it works around here. I am not biased and I'm powerful, so Gojo gets body slammed.
I'm not biased and I'm powerful.
And subscribe if you are new to the channel.
Alright, that was a pretty good video. What I want to see from this guy, I want to see there's so many different enemies out there, I actually don't know what to say, to be honest. Let me guys know what matchup you guys like to see, and I'll comment on this video. Hopefully he gets enough attention, and you know, I just post it. But hopefully you guys have a great day today. Yeah, I'm gonna head out. And like the video as well and subscribe. I love you guys once again. And yeah, see ya. I think I just, yeah, okay.